G'day fellas, welcome commanders. The fattest boy is returning in the fattest position. Today we are playing the tech position. I was thinking about playing on the front in this game, just because of the last one that we had. Tech didn't go that well, but there was a part of me that said, you know what, we're in the high OS lobby, and it's probably a good idea that we play into what we know, rather than not necessarily testing, because I definitely do know how to front, I'll say that right now, but I'm probably not as competent on the front. So anyway, that's the game plan for today. We've got a pretty decent lobby today. We're up against a couple of people, you may have seen this, that are using a strategy that is completely busted. So, OMG Drongo. I'm just going to give him a little love heart. Yo, what's up, Fight War? How you doing? You're in a video. Welcome. Yeah, so we're going to have to play around that. So there's a part of it that even thinks maybe going into vehicles makes sense just so that we can access starlights, but maybe doing that after our first couple of fusions. Oh my god. Is that the real Duffy? I wonder if it's the real Duffy. Alright, we need to check and see whether or not... Yeah, we're not getting a solar. Okay, so we're going to put our own solar down. So we'll go ahead and do that, and we'll put our bot lab down towards the south, so it's got a little bit of a closer run. Oh, that's in the wrong spot. That's okay. It's alright. We'll leave it for now. We'll leave it for now. And let's just get a couple more wind turbines in. I think like that should be okay just to start us off. Perfect. Lots of wind turbines. Okay, so we're going to assume that he wants a constructor, but we're not going to build it for him because he hasn't said anything. Oh my god, we have real Drongo here. Finally, people will stop calling me bootleg now that you're here. You are bootleg. What is bootleg, dude? What does that even mean? I've got no idea what that means. But anyway, he's pretty good. I'm not kidding you. So after that last game that we played, I went into the replay just to watch how he plays it. It's kind of wild how he actually played that lane, because he like destroyed his lane really quickly. So I was kind of curious, okay, what did he do that made his opponent like die so quickly? Basically, he had 4 Genesis out, and then after that, he just ecoed behind it and kept the 4 Genesis alive, was just repairing them with the commander. I was like, this is a sick strat, bro. I'm not going to ask for space from Duffy just because I can see already that Duffy requires a lot of space. So I'm going to build my base over here. But yeah, that's how we're going to open it up. Oh, you know what mistake we made? We forgot to put down a solar after con. Okay, so he has us for a con. Okay, so let's go ahead and do that. We forgot to put down a solar after we built our lab, and we were building winds instead. So now all of a sudden we're kind of hurting right now. Let's make sure that we do this correctly though. We want to get one more out. Okay, did he send us metal? Because we don't give it for free. Like you gotta pay. Like we're not giving stuff out for free here. And then this one is gonna go. Okay, there we go. So he's done it. He tried to get it for free. Cheeky fight war. Cheeky fight war. We're not gonna allow that. Okay. So we also need to be putting down. Oh, we're gonna have another one of these low wind games. Unfortunately, bro. What is going on back here? They're doing commie again. Yeah, we're facing this strategy. The communism strategy. Okay, we're gonna try our best to overcome it. So yeah, basically my game plan is we do the exact same thing that we were doing before. The main difference is, I think we can get away with putting those like that. Main difference is we'll go for an earlier starlight build. So we'll look to try and open up with starlights quite early on. So we'll do 2 here, and then we'll go into advanced solar. And then, actually, let's put our advanced solar right here, somewhere a bit more reasonable. And then from there, we'll go into our 3rd. Let's put them in the right spot, though. That should hit all 3, right? Yeah, that does. Perfect. So we'll do that, and then you can eat this lab. And Commander, you can come down and help. And then after that, you can put down one of these, and then we'll just blow over here. Hopefully he starts in this corner. It does look like he's doing that. Wonderful. Okay, so what do we want? We want to build this instead of prioritizing that, just because we want to try and store this energy up. You can see we're overflowing quite a bit of energy here. So let's get the commander down here and start work on that T2 lab. We'll turn you around. There we go. Okay, lots and lots. And we're also going to eat our solars. So let's go and start eating those. Commander's getting ready to blow here. Let's eat that a little bit faster. And that should be fine right there, my friend.
Friendly commander.
Ooh, God, that was a bit close, wasn't it? I was a bit worried about that. But we're okay. Okay, I don't think we can actually eat that one. No, we can eat that one. Lovely, lovely. Okay, so we're going to feed it in. Light now, light now, heavy in 1 min, please. Okay, and we're gonna eat our commander all the way, just because otherwise it's gonna get eaten eventually. So we might as well just do it. So that's gonna be our game plan. Let's move over. You're gonna try and see if we can eat. We've got a bit of a movement already happening from OS 41. Jinxer on the other side.
Tech 2 unit ready.
458, not bad on the timing here.
Tech 2.
Let's go and move that over to Fight War.
Unit received.
Lovely. So we'll drop it down. Oh, what is going on right there? Sorry, I thought we clicked this guy.
The
but
whole team is
turns out we
wasting
didn't.
energy.
Send metal, guys. Send metal. Gravy. Send M, please. Send M, please. Who else needs? Send M, guys, please. We versus, what are we against? Commie. Okay, and we're also going to put down just a couple of... Oh, beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Oh, love it, love it, love it, love it. Just because we have got all of that metal now through, we're not going to build these just yet. We'll build them after our second T2, because we're going to eat into our energy quite a bit. Okay, and now this is going to go off to our front player, NMC. You know what? I just realized.
Unit received.
In the last game that I was playing with NMC, he actually didn't use his T2 constructor. I'm gonna say it here. T2 con coming here. NMC. It literally just built the first 3 mexes, and then he never like took control of it. So I probably should have like built a few more mexes for him. So let's go into this. We've got heavy transport on the way. Yep, that's a heavy. Wonderful. Who is up against the Jagamo? We're going to give this over to Gravy Robber. Alright, let's give it over to him. Arguably, we could have kept it for ourselves. Let's ask him. Send M, please. Okay, this is good. We got a low matchup here on the front as well, so there's not going to be a super duper imbalance. Let's put you onto fly, and boom. And we'll bring him up to the front. Okay, so now we hand out T2s. So, something like this, just to start off for Duffy. And Hercules.
Tech 2 unit detected.
Come back over here. And we'll drop it down. And then the next one, we've already gone Fight
Low
War. Then it's
power.
us. Then it's Gravy Robber. So let's do Gravy Robber next. We're on low power. So let's go ahead and drop some wind turbines. Maybe just something like this. And then you can come out over here for Mr. McGoob. Trotsky's out here. He's got the Tsar as well as the Jammer. They've got a lot of units though. Fat Boy here. I don't think a Fat Boy should probably be facing up against a Tsar. I'll say that right now. We just need to make sure that we don't forget our tier commander. Because he's going to be the next one. That's down. Cool. We can...
Units under attack. Unit lost.
It's Lazarus. It's Lazarus.
Aircraft
It's okay.
detected.
Yeah, I am out of front. Oh, shit. Oh, damn. What is going on over there, NMC? Duffy giving up right now. Too much T1 plus Quaker? They already have a
Friendly
Quaker over there?
commander
Oh,
destroyed.
Lord, dude. You can see the power of the commie right now really coming out.
The whole team is wasting energy.
Whole team wasting energy. Hate to see it. Probably want to convert these over. That's not good. Like, the game that we actually won, Duffy had a lot better control, and you can see that how much trouble he's got there. I don't see the Quaker, but yeah, I mean, I believe him. Yeah, there it is. One at the back. And we ping commie. No units. RIP. Who's not making units? I mean, we're doing well over on this front, and that's where all of the majority of the commie was. I bring Fat Boy now, but we're still 8 minutes into the game, so it's still quite early. That's the trouble. Let's get you to guard here. Is there any metal down here that we can grab? It doesn't look like it. Yeah, we are really struggling here. I don't think I recognized this early enough. We maybe should have thought about now kind of like, yeah, I think I needed to drop that Fat Boy left instead of dropping it right. Front already died. I mean, we can regain it though, and don't get me wrong, I appreciate it, but like, let's see. I don't think that handed over to him. That's okay. We can. Is that's the Tsar, dude? Question: can you move up like D-gun? D-gun?
Friendly commander destroyed.
There's no other red units there, so it can't see you. He doesn't have a storage. He doesn't have a storage. We're just gonna drop it right here and hope. That was a good D-gun. Oh, good luck, son.
Friendly commander
Oh, we got it.
destroyed.
We covered it. Let's get a couple more out. Friendly commanders are being destroyed. That's so much. There's so many units. I mean, that's just the power of commie, right? Is that the power of commie? Not really. I'm kind of curious to see what he did, because like, we're facing up against a strategy that is just... It seems unbeatable if you just play it correctly. And you got to remember, right, like, this is completely different because you are facing against a player that has got so many resources at the start of the game. And I think beyond all reason, like, I know that they're working like that. The Season 3 is completely designed around changing how working together works in Beyond All Reason, but I don't think it's going far enough because this game is being played with the changes in Season 3, and this very clearly seems like the way that it's happening. So how do you potentially stop this from happening?
Metal extractor lost.
Right, like
Base under attack.
if we think about it, because like the game's well and truly
Enemy
over at this
commander
point.
destroyed. Friendly
So
commander
we'll resign. I want
destroyed.
to take a look at this game because, as you can see, they are completely, and like they've got their strategy down. They are very clearly in voice chat. They're communicating. So what do we got? Oh wait, is this actually Drungo? Why are they OMG? Because 5mex Gaming? I don't know. But yes, it is actually Drungo. You can see Trotsky right there getting the cow. He's doing everything. So I'm going to leave lobby once again, and we're just going to take a look at that replay. So give me a second here. We'll load it up. Okay, so we've loaded in. Already we see like a bit of a difference compared to what he did in the last game. So what we saw previously was Trotsky spawned in like right here, and then he would just move his commander down the front. Whereas now he's actually spawned at the back. And what's smart about this, it might not, it seems like a small detail, but I promise you it's actually quite smart. And now basically allows Jag to build with essentially 2x the amount of build power. So previously he had to actually send out constructors to come over and take this, but that's going to delay the boost that he's getting. So because of this, it means now that Trotsky, I am assuming he's going to share over everything here. Let's speed it up a little bit so that we've got ourselves an answer to our question. It means that he is eventually going to make his way to the front. It's just that it's going to be a little bit more delayed, and the resources that he's going to have, and you can see him already handing them over here, it's hopefully going to be a little bit more of a boost for Jag in the early game, and means that he should be able to dominate earlier, which is exactly what we saw. So now it sort of comes into the question, all right, is this a bad thing? Is this a bad thing for Beyond All Reason? I definitely think it is, right? 100% I think that it is. But where do you draw the line, right? Do you draw the line at giving one unit to a person? So does that mean now all of a sudden our air player has to look after all the transports and has to do all the transporting themselves? Does that seem like fun? Probably not. Where do you draw the line? Is it providing a T2 constructor? Is that too much of a boost? Now that all of these players can go and have their T2 constructors essentially for free because I'm giving them out. Maybe that's it. Is it donating resources? I'm donating metal to a player on my backline so that they can produce more units and get them out faster? Is it doing rainbow constructors, which is where essentially you have 7 different constructors, all of different colored players? So basically here what we would see is, and this lobby can't actually do it. If we go into the lobby right now, I will show you. Actually, we're out of the lobby. Where was it? Is it this one right here? So this lobby has a disable assist ally construction turned on. That means that you can't assist an ally building. If you try and build or try and help your ally build something, it won't allow you. And the reason they do that is because of what people do called rainbow constructors, which is where you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 constructors all guarding a single constructor. And then this constructor, whatever it builds, these guys will all help it. And you're basically trickling resources from every single player on your team. You keep them on high priority as well, so they're always getting it out, and it's just a really, I think that's a little bit of a mistake right here. He's reclaiming the construction vehicle, and I think he probably wanted to reclaim the lab. It's quite funny. I've made that mistake myself. But that's part of the reason why they've done this. And so naturally, these guys are trying to get around that. How do you get around that restriction? How do you get around the restriction of not being able to do rainbow cons? Well, what if we just gave you our bases? What if we just gave you everything? And you can see that's what's happening here. The only thing that's being left here is the metal the metal extractors, and the whole reason why is so that you can utilize the build power from Trotsky. He wouldn't be able to build anything if he didn't have metal, so he needs that metal, and you can see he's building stuff, and all of these units are just going straight over to Jag immediately. So definitely you could just like give him the bare bones stuff and then, you know, move to the front, but in this case he's going to say, okay, we'll take this approach instead. So at what point, where do you draw the line? So now he's just handed everything over. So I think now he's just going to commit to the front. So he's left himself with a couple of wind turbines, and now he begins walking towards the front. And it means that Jag is set up in such a good position right here. Like if we have a look at where he's at right now, he's sitting on 26 metal per second. We're on 13, so he's double us right now. He's also taken up this mechs at the front, so he's got a whole bunch of constructors out here. Probably, I mean, there's a part of me that thinks it's too much build power, but if he gets donated further metal as well, like, you got to remember that the reason why this is so powerful is like we sit over here and we ask for metal, and sometimes we get it, sometimes we don't. And when we do that, that's just a very small injection that we provide. It doesn't really change tempo other than the exception of like that specific unit that's coming out. So it might change the tempo of like the first unit. So if we get a boost to metal, then you can see, yeah, Jinxai is also boost, like sending metal to him as well. And I think this is part of the reason that, like, as I was saying earlier on, this needs to change. I don't think this is sustainable. It's not enjoyable. I don't like it. And this kind of makes me want to avoid playing glitters, which is kind of funny because like the whole idea was I wanted to come over here, learn other positions, learn new maps, because I've been very siloed in playing Supreme. But do you really want to play in a game where this is what's happening, where this is the meta, where this is the normal thing to do? And the thing is, this will become the meta, whether you like it or not, because people like Trotsky and Jag obviously want to win. I want to win as well. And they're going and taking it to that extra level where they're coordinating between each other and saying, okay, you're going to control the units, I'm going to control the economy, and you're just going to give me your entire base. And that's what happened. And this kind of strategy has been around for a while, but the only reason it's really coming out in force here is because Rainbow Cons doesn't exist, and because these guys are obviously super duper competitive. So I think naturally this will trickle down. I don't think this is the right way to play, but at the same time, everybody's got a different opinion. Where do you draw the line? How do you stop this from happening? So I've thought of a couple of ways that you could fix, like the whole idea of commie. What is commie? Commie is this idea of working together to achieve a specific short-term goal. It's not a long-term goal like winning the game. It's not a long-term goal like building a Ragnarok together. It is very much short-term focused. Obviously, you could argue that it's long-term focused because winning the game is long-term and therefore it's long-term focused. But the whole idea is that, in my mind, it's short-term. So sending metal. That's a really good example. Is there a way that you could stop players from wanting to send metal but still being able to send metal to players? I think there's a couple of ways that you could do it. Number one, you could give them access to a building, and that building allows you to send resources. So if we take a look here, it could be under the economy buildings right here. Age of Empires 2, I think, has it. It's the market. You can't send resources to an ally until you've got a market. So basically, you would just have to build that, and you could make it relatively expensive. And if you really wanted to go to an extent of making it difficult, you could say, okay, we're going to put a 50% tax on all resources that are sent at the beginning of the game. You can send resources to an ally, but we're going to tax it 50%. And then after you've built your market, that will go up. That tax will go down to 25%. So from 50 down to 25%. And then if you really wanted to get fancy, you could put a T3 or sorry, a T2 market in. And then that all of a sudden makes it so that you send 100% of the resources and there's no tax anymore. Another way that you could do it is tie it to something like pinpointers. As an example, what do I mean by that? Let's say the base rate of tax is 30%, and that means that you send resources to an ally, it's 70%. Okay, so still there, you're getting taxed quite a bit, but you could take the pinpointer and say, for every pinpointer that you make up to 3, it reduces the tax amount by 10%. So you could build your 3 pinpointers. And the reason why I'd say that is because like the pinpointer is a bit of a late game unit. You're not really coming out of the blocks and building pinpointers. It's 810 metal. It's a lot of metal. But yeah, you're gonna look at this. Yeah, exactly right here. Yeah, Drungo is better than Jag plus Trotsky. Look, yes, agreed. But I think that's the big question. Like, how do you deal with that? Obviously, you can stop people from sharing specific things with their allies, or make it so that you can only share specific things. Make it so you can only, I mean, if you say, okay, you can only share units with your allies, well then in this situation, that he's just gonna like do a rainbow con, or just, actually no, that would defeat it. Okay, hold on. If we said in this situation, you can only share units with an ally, you can't share buildings, what circumstances would you want to share a building with an ally other than commie? I mean, I'm sure that there is situations like I asked for a solar in the early game, so there's situations like that. Maybe almost like putting a limit on how much you can share with somebody. Like, I don't even know. How would you do it? Like a charge system. Every 60 seconds you gain a charge, and as long as you've got a charge, you can share a building with an ally. So you wouldn't be able to share, like, at this point, you'd only be able to share 8 buildings. But even then, you could just share metal extractors. And like, the thing is, as the rules change, people will find a way to move around them and skeet around them, and they might not be as efficient as what they previously did, but they'll still be a good way to do it. And I mean, here at this point, the front has completely fallen off. But yeah, I'm curious what your thoughts are about this. Is this a problem that does need to be solved? Is this a problem at all? How would you solve it? Because there's a thread on the Discord right now that's like 50,000 comments long, where it's talking about co-op being a problem, and I got to agree, co-op is a problem. And this is a chat that's been happening for a long time, and something that Beyond All Reason needs to address, because it's just one of those things where it's like, it's not good for the game, it's not good for the health of the game. And I definitely don't think players enjoy this. But who knows? Maybe you do. Anyway, we'll leave it there, and we'll catch you in the next one. Thank you very much for watching.